Can I retire at 57 with $867,000 in retirement savings? That's what we're going to talk about today on the Your Financial EKG YouTube channel. We're going to look at two specific scenarios. One, using the rule of 55, and the second scenario, not using the rule of 55. We're going to look at a retirement withdrawal strategy and why it is imperative that you understand where you're withdrawing your retirement income from, when that retirement income is going to come to you, and why this is so important, because it could be the difference between running out of retirement income and having more than enough retirement income. And I'm going to show you that in this strategy today. Now, remember, the rule of 55 is this. If you are 55 years or older and you retire, you can use your current 401k at your current job for retirement income without a 10% penalty for an early withdrawal before age 59 and a half. So this gentleman is 57 years old. He's retiring from his current job and he wants to use his current 401k for retirement income, which means he will elude the 10% penalty, but he will pay taxes. Okay, so let's look at that today. Let's go through this strategy and let's get a good idea of why it's important to understand where you're going to withdraw your income from. All right, so here we go. We got Daryl Owens. Now, Daryl is 57 years old, and he makes around $13,416 per month. Now, we're going to retire at the end of the year. So he's going to be 58 years old in 3 months when he does retire. Now, we're looking at Social Security first because Social Security is really important in this scenario. Let me tell you why. The first reason is because Daryl is single. Now, if you claim Social Security at 67, you're going to get 100% of your full retirement benefit. If you claim at 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, you're going to get a reduced Social Security benefit. Now, if you claim at 70, you're going to get 124% of your full retirement benefit. Now, Daryl is single. It's really important for Daryl as a single person to maximize his Social Security because his retirement income is on me, myself, and I. His retirement income is on me, myself, and I. Do I need to say that again? So we need to understand when are we going to take Social Security and also where's our retirement income going to come from in our other investments. So we're going to take Social Security at 67. That's going to be $3,209, and it's 100% of his full retirement benefit. Now, Daryl does have two pensions, one for VA disability. He gets $165 per month, and that's got a 3% COLA increase. And he also has a small pension from an older job of $266 a month, also with a COLA increase on it. So these are our guaranteed sources of retirement income, which is why our next sources of retirement income need to be really focused on getting Daryl to retirement, through retirement, and protecting his ability to stay in retirement. Hey, listen, if you want a financial EKG, in the description below is how to get in contact with me. There's actually a calendar link. You can get right on my calendar. You'll talk to me directly, and we can go through your retirement questions and your financial EKG. Now, here's our assets. We have multiple different assets between 401ks, Roth IRAs, non-qualified money, which is basically bank money. What I really want to focus on is this $496,000 that we've got in 401k right here. So we've got $496,000 in a 401k. We've got $2,683 in monthly contributions. Now his match from his company is $402 per month. So he's putting in $2,683. His monthly contribution from his employer is $402. So we're getting a combination of those two figures, right about $3,000 a month into his 401k. He's also putting about $1,000 a month into his mutual here, $48,415. He's trying to build up his freedom fund. Now, what his freedom fund is the freedom to retire whenever you want. Let me show you what I mean by that. You see this money right here, you got 1099 interest. It's a CD, it's $182,000. You've got this non-qualified mutual fund of $9,000. You've got checking and CDs here of $21,000 and $25,000. You've got $48,000 in this non-qualified mutual fund here. And then you've got an I bond down here of $10,473. All of that money can be used for retirement income whenever Daryl needs it. There's no tax stipulation. There's no IRS stipulation on when he has to pull that money out, how much he has to pull out, what are the taxes going to be like on that. He can use that money whenever he wants. It gives him the freedom to retire at any age. Now, remember, Daryl came to me and said, hey, Drew, I want to use the rule of 55. So we're looking at this 401k as his first bucket of income. Let me show you this. We're going to use in retirement right here. This $496,434, this is going to be his first bucket of money, okay? Because he's 57 and we want to get him to 59 and a half. And we're going to use the rule of 55, right? That's what a lot of people think about. Now, Daryl has a home. It's $180,000. It's a condo, okay? So what we've got is $867,000 in retirement assets. 57% of that's qualified, so $496,000 IRA money or pre-tax money. We've got about 26% of that's 1099 interest, meaning it's in the bank. We've got 4% Roth and 12% non-qualified, which is brokerage accounts or non-qualified annuities, okay? Now, our portfolio weighted average, this is what the money is going to earn in the market. And here's what we've done. The market investments are going to earn 6%. Now, the reason we're going to use 6% is because that's 2% behind the overall rate of return for the stock market the last 50 years with inflation. The market's averaged about 10% the last 50 years, about 15% if you look at the last decade. But let's look at the last 50 years, about 10%. It's 8% with inflation. So let's go 2% behind that to be even more conservative. Now, and you'll notice with Daryl, see, we have this CD here that's earning 3%. We've got some bank account money earning 1%. He has another CD that's earning 5%. We've got a non-qualified mutual fund that's earning about 4%. So we're not earning 6% on everything. We really have to break down each individual asset to understand what the rate of return is on that asset to give us a full picture of the portfolio weighted average. And when I mean portfolio, I don't mean your specific IRA, your specific 401k. It could mean that. But what I mean is your bank, your 401k, your IRA, your Roth IRA, your annuity. How is all of that combined? What's the rate of return? Because your 401k might be earning 6%, but you might have money sitting in the bank earning 1%. And so if we put those together, your portfolio weighted average for your entire amount of retirement savings is 4.5%. So we want to find out what we have to earn to make this money last forever, okay? Now our expenses currently are 4,516%. We're going to use a 3% inflation rate on this. We do have some cash flows. We have a bonus coming in for a Roth IRA. So he gets some bonus. He's going to put $4,710 of that into a Roth IRA. We've got some deferred comp coming in of $10,724. And we have a bonus 401k going of $6,038. That's part of his bonus is going into his 401k. We also have a mortgage, which we did not include in here. So let's put that on here real quick. That's $800. We're going to start that now, and that actually ends in 2039. Perfect. And we're going to take that from his principal, and we're going to use that to pay mortgage. Okay, perfect. So we're saving that, closing that. So there's our mortgage. So we've got 15 years left on that mortgage. Now, taxes. We're not going to focus on taxes too much in this video, but you'll see his 2023 taxes, his effective tax rate is 17%. If we go to next year, his effective tax rate drops to 13.09. So you can see there's his monthly cash flows right here, taxable withdrawals, annual cash flow, that's the mortgage. There's the money to live off of, $76,259. There's our standard deduction. So then we got $11,370 in total taxes that we owe, puts him in the 22% overall bracket, but the 13% effective tax bracket, okay? Now, again, we're not focusing on taxes in this video, but it's really important to understand what your federal tax rate is, your effective tax rate. A lot of politicians like to talk about brackets, raise the taxes on the rich. Well, that doesn't do anything because you're not talking about the effective tax rate. You're just talking about tax brackets. So when we're looking at doing tax avoidance, right, or tax efficiency planning, we want to look at your effective tax rate and how we can bring that down, whether you're single or you're married or you're filing as separate or head of household or whatever. We want to look at the best ways to save on taxes today and in the future, all right? Because taxes are going to go up, right? They've got to go up. I mean, we've got $33 trillion in debt. We have social programs that are running out of money, i.e. Social Security, Medicare. So taxes have to go up so that we can, one, keep Social Security and Medicare solvent, two, pay down the debt, and three, just not run out of money as a country. So let's go to retirement. So here we go. We look at this. Daryl's 58 years old. We've got $947,000 in spendable assets once we get to retirement. So we have a whole year of earning. We started with $867. We have the bonuses, the contributions, and now we're at $947,000 by the end of the year. Now remember, here's what I want to focus on. Daryl wants to use the rule of 55. So if you can see here, there's the principal 401k. That's the first bucket we're using. So as we go down, here we go to 60. We've got $464,398 in his 401k. So we've used the rule of 55 to get us to 60, over 59 and a half. We've paid taxes on the distributions for the last 3 years, and now we're able to use all of our investments for retirement income. But here's what I want you to notice. Go down here, and we're out of money at 94. Now, we still have our pension coming in. That's the $1,287. We still have Social Security of $6,384, which means we have a net monthly income of $7,589 net, meaning after taxes. Our monthly expenses have grown to $13,415. That's just his expenses with 3% inflation on it. So now we're out of spendable assets. Now, we do have a home, right? $260,000 condo that's paid for at this point. So we can always do a reverse mortgage. We're 94 years old. This is a pretty good scenario to get to 94 as a single person and to be out of regular assets, have a pension and Social Security income of $7,500 guaranteed, and still have $260,000 in the condo. But here's what I want to show you. Let's go back to scenarios. And let's go to this scenario right here. No rule of 55. And here's what I want to show you. I want to show you what is the difference. Remember the withdrawal order on the last one? We have the 401k on the last scenario as the first bucket. But here's what I did. I want to take the 401k and I want to push it to the last bucket. And you're going to be like, Drew, that's terrible. It's all taxable. He's going to defer it and taxes are going to go up and he's going to pay so much taxes. Maybe, but maybe that's in his best interest at this point. Because every scenario is not cookie cutter, right? It's not Pillsbury Doughboy. You don't just set it and forget it. So for Daryl, I want to put this CD up here first, this 182. I want to put all his money that's not IRA, Roth IRA first, except for this I bond right here. Everything else I want to put up first. And I want to use these as our buckets. And I want to defer all this other money, you know, the 401k, the Roth IRAs. I want to defer that as long as possible. Now, expenses are staying the same, $4,516. Our cash flows are staying the same. There's the mortgage. Oh, the date's wrong on that. Let's add that to 2039. Perfect, 2039. Now, let's go to retirement. Okay, you see the difference here now? Look at this. We're out at 99 years old instead of 94, right? So we look at this and we go, here we go, 942,000. There's where we're starting with. But look at the buckets we're using first. We're going to use these CD buckets first, or these non-qualified buckets first. The 401k is going to be last, okay? And so as we're going through this, you can see, let's go to 65. There's the 401k. We've eaten up a lot of his non-qualified money by doing this. We do have a cash flow account of $95,000. That's just a separate brokerage account that we open. So that's more liquid assets that he can use without paying taxes. But now our money lasts to 99 years old. Now we've got pension and Social Security of $8,591. We've got a house worth $273,000 or $274,000, and we're out at 99. So look at this set next to each other. So this is current scenario, rule of 55, 6% rate of return, work until 12/31. Let me find the other scenario here. Here it is right here. See all these scenarios that we work through when we're doing an EKG? This is why you want a financial EKG. So this is why you want a plan, right? You don't want just something like shot against the wall and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna retire, this is gonna work because my advisor manages my money, he says it's gonna work. What's the plan, right? This is the plan. We've gone through many different scenarios. We've looked at tax scenarios, we've looked at 7-year Roth conversion scenarios, we've looked at just basic scenarios. So here we go. So here's our current scenario using the rule of 55, current scenario, no rule of 55. So if he uses the rule of 55, he's gonna pay less in taxes, $295,474 versus not using the rule of 55 and paying $614,000 in taxes. Remember, we're deferring that investment as long as possible. I'm going against the grain of what you would read in Forbes or in Fidelity or Vanguard, right? We're trying to defer these taxes as long as possible because when you look at it in the sense of how long his money lasts, we can get 5 extra years of income. Now, again, I'm not saying he's gonna live to 99 years old, but Daryl spoke to me, he has longevity in his family. 92 is where his parents passed away at. So we've got to try to push this as long as possible. Yeah, we're gonna pay extra taxes, but we're gonna get 5 extra years of income. And what I'm not showing in this scenario is if we're able to pay off the house sooner, we make the money last even longer. All right? Well, hey, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has helped you understand withdrawal buckets and when to withdraw money. Listen, if you want an EKG, look in the description below. Let's get together and let's get your retirement planned out. Let's get you to retirement, through retirement, and protect your ability to stay in retirement. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.